Okay, I'm at Kelly and Vince Scott's home, and it's up in the preserve behind Gunwild. A beautiful, beautiful house, beautiful property. Um, and she has texted me a photo of really kind of what she's looking for. She's looking for like a lush look with some height near the home and it tapering down. We may need to reconfigure some of the grasses. She just feels like there's a lot of grass. She wants a lot of blooming things. I'm thinking we need some more spring blooming colors. Even like peonies, I know she would love. They do well here. They're deer resistant. A few things on her list that she's asked for numerous times I haven't happened is honeysuckle, lavender. I think we could even bring in some iris. They're definitely going for the more native look. They had the seed put down, so it'll kind of be a combination. We have poppies that are starting to come up in a lot of spaces, some flax, some yarrow. So this will be a fun yard, and it'll kind of be intermixed with things, but we'll have to be particular with what we weed and what we don't, because it will be kind of a mixture. She loves this look here. So I think just bringing in a lot of ground cover. I'm going to make sure I can turn on the valves just to see what gets coverage before we come in. But she said there's a combination of drip and spray. She's going to text me her irrigation guy Brad's info. And then we have a deadline of July 27th to get as much done as possible. It's her husband's big 60th, so they want to do it right. So we have these planters to do, which are full shade and gorgeous. And again, I think we'll do a fun combination of some wild. And then we have these 3 planters that need soil. All of them actually need soil. So we'll definitely freshen up the top layers of those. And these are just stunning. These will be a lot of fun. And again, full shade. And then this just gives me an idea of what we have going on here. So the companies she's hired 2 different companies, and just they've failed to succeed with the look that we're going for this property. So you can see we can create some height here, some yews. She really liked the idea of some Oregon grape. I'm thinking Oregon grape out in the island would be really pretty. And then just create kind of a base back along here. We definitely need to relocate some things. There's a limelight there that just doesn't get enough sun. Some black lace sambucas in some interesting spots. I think really this whole front area will probably need to be redone, and then frame in the front entrance with something a bit better. And then let's see. And then we are going to be maintaining this property. Whether we come, you can see some echinacea coming up here in a few spots. I haven't determined whether we'll come here bi-weekly or monthly, but it'll be one of the two. They have a pet moose. Well, it's kind of like in their zone, but his name's Sprinter. Kind of comes cruising through this area. We can definitely relocate if we wanted some height up here, some of the grasses if we pull from there. This is kind of the side yard that we would continue to maintain and keep weed free. I'll cruise around back as well the other way. We have an aspen that died, so we'll talk about that and what we want to replace it with. Here's the valve box to turn on the irrigation. We have a problem in the island in terms of people running over, whether it be delivery or irrigation or long guys, but this is a huge problem for them. I suggested running a border like that, and I'm going to go over and get a better look, but Vince is kind of convinced he'd rather have big boulders maybe in some of the key spots, and then we can plant in and around those. But just where the corners are, where people cut close, maybe add some boulders. But this is a really pretty stone, so they kind of like more of these grays. And I'll ask Eddie at American Stone if he knows where I can get this from the quarry. But this is just kind of some of the stuff in here. It looks like we have spreaders of the aspen, which I don't know. I didn't specify with her whether or not we want those to spread. I think some we do, maybe some we don't. Again, key spots for honeysuckle would be maybe this corner, that far corner, and then there's a lot in the back by the pool that we can do. And you can tell where they've seeded, so there's kind of going to be wild combined with, oh, we got some little sunbathers. And the little garden area, I told her I would potentially bring up some heirlooms. She just said none of the tomatoes that she's had work well. And maybe it's too late at this point, but maybe we can bring in the Rich and Complete and just switch out the soil. That might be beneficial for that area. And then, hi, cutie. This is the rest of the yard.
The last one of the 3.
Oh,
I know.
it's hard. So you're just kind of lonely, huh?
I knew he'd be the last one standing. He's our rescue that will live forever.
Oh, you are so sweet. You're not even barky. No. So here are some of the planters she has, and I love the blue fescues. I think they're really pretty. She really likes them as well. Looks like a mixture of different perennial. And then I wanted to show this area down below where we want to plant a lot of the honeysuckle. She really likes lilacs as well. They just haven't done well here. They don't bloom. This is stunning. This area here I really like. This will be a future project, but I will do a separate video for this. But I want to bring in as big as honeysuckles as I can. Soil amendment for sure. Make sure that things are getting watered, and then just train the honeysuckle throughout that wall, so it'll be a wall of honeysuckle and just be gorgeous, and they'll have that fragrance kind of near their pool. So this whole area is sinking, and we need to re-pour a concrete pad and then lay the bluestone on top. This is the rest of the yard, so not a ton. And we'll add to this probably down the road. But for now, the front is the priority. The maintenance is something they're interested in as well, to get, you know, just, it seems to be minor. They've been taking care of it themselves. And then this is kind of a wild area. So depending on what we decide, maybe add seeds, even come this fall, depending on what pops up. And that's the scope of things.